to get the farm once cleared away to be a farm was quite a problem. Lots of big trees to be cut and burned, and get any way to get them out of the way. And it's hard to break and get the roots and everything, the sod broken up, to farm it. It was really, farm life here was really hard. I guess it was in other sections for that part. But if we had a layout like on this farm, once we got that natural growth away and got it under cultivation, it really did produce, especially corn and roughage for cattle and all the grains that we needed for that part. Money was hard to come by in those days. I can remember when we took care of our pennies, just as careful with our pennies we are now with our $5 bills. Most of the labor didn't expect money for pay. A bigger part of them, they worked for produce, that they could use then and they're at home. Work a day for a bushel of corn, that was the rule. A day for a bushel of corn, a day for a bushel of potatoes. And sometimes the women folks would go off and where that they could, something that they could do for another family that way. Why, maybe they'd take some dried fruit or dried pumpkin or dried apples or something like that for their pay. A lot of the time we could go to the store and take stuff, produce that we had produced on our farm there. Like our chickens and our eggs and maybe our dried fruit, dried apples, and our potatoes, that part. We could swap them to this merchant or storeman. We could swap them to him for if we didn't raise our own wheat and make our own flour, maybe for flour, or if we needed pork, or just whatever we needed there that we could swap for that, and for our clothes, what few we bought. So you see, we really didn't use lots of money for that part.
Porcupine and that they left behind. The Irishman says a porcupine and the Scotchman he said nay. The Welshman says a pincushion with a pin stuck in the wrong way. they did find. They come upon a toad frog and that they left behind. The Irishman said it was a toad frog and the Scotchman he said nay. The Welshman said it was a jaybird with the feathers worn away. 3 men went a-hunting and something they did find. They come upon an outhouse and that they left behind. The Irishman said it was an outhouse and the Scotchman he says nay. The Welshman said it was a church house with the steeple blown away. 3 men went a-hunting and something they did find. They come upon a cabin and that they left behind. John says it's a cabin, Mike he says nay. Tracy says is Peter home or has he gone away?
Well, this is a draft animal that was used just in general around over the farm. We had that type horses. Some would be different colors and all, but that's a draft horse that we used for all purposes on the farm. It's not a riding horse, in other words, saddle horse. Now, the mule is too small-footed. He just can't get about in wire places. He doesn't do good logging and pulling out our timbers and all that kind of stuff. And so we like the horse. We've not had him on scale in some time. He's in fair condition now for service. So we think he'd weigh just about 1,600. These animals, they get down there and they dig, brother, when you speak to them. And we just have a real good leather harness. And as far as the harness is concerned, of course, we have pretty heavy trace chains and log chains and grabs. We have to have them because they really bear down on them, and then we look to them. And once he gets acquainted with whatever I want to do, if I want to go over and snake old lady a load of wood, why, the next time I go, I don't have to break him into it. If I want to go to logging back in the mountains, well, the next time I don't have to train it again. He seems like they're real sensible, and we put them in wagons. Maybe we rake hay with them with the hay rakes, mow with the mowing machines, and all like that. And they just don't have to be trained again, the horses, this type.
See here. Oh. And pull up a little bit, yeah. Yep. Oh.
Well, that's an old sled that is made all of wood, and we use it for many purposes. There we sled tan bark out of the mountains for these tanneries, and we sled our shingles or board timber maybe in where we cut it in the woods, and we sled that in. A lot of time we sled our firewood in. Then out on the farm, many times we haul out our manure on our old sled. We haul our hay in from the fields on the sled. We make an old hay rack. There's lots of uses. I can't mention them all that we use the sled for.
Easy, boy. Gee, in there. All right, take it easy. Get on up. Gee.
the sun never shines, and we shiver when the cold winds blow. Time of the day, he said he throwed his watch away. A long steer red and a short cross tie, I'm on my way back home. In the pines where the sun never shines, and we shiver when the cold winds blow.
Well, I'll just tell you, I was raised here, and it's hard work, and I raised here all my life, and I wouldn't be no other place at all. I would never sell as long as I was able to work it. That's the situation I'm at. I've been happy here and satisfied, and nothing to bother us, and had good neighbors. It's things that we put out and grow. It does awful good here, and we make good crops. We never fail. It takes a lot of experience and took a long time to do it. And we spent our lifetime, half our lifetime here, building this up to where we could sort of live. And that is why, as long as we're able to work, we just wouldn't sell at no price. We're happy here, and we sure like it. That's just why we're here now.
Good day, my good man.
It ain't, and I'm not.
Well, which of these roads do I take to Asheville?
Well, you needn't take neither one. They've got one there already.
Well, does it make any difference which one I take?
Not to me.
Well, does this road fork up here?
Splits all to pieces on that next turn there.
Well, how about that creek over there? Is it fordable?
My neighbor's ducks forded it this morning.
Well, I mean, how deep is it?
It's water all the way to the bottom.
No, how deep is it?
Oh, came up to about here on the ducks.
Well, how'd you like to buy a good horse?
Well, how good is he?
Oh, he's a real good horse. He'll go 10 miles without stopping.
10 miles without stopping?
10 miles without stopping.
I'm afraid not. You see, it's only 7 miles to town. That means I'd have to walk back 5 every time I go.
You know, your wife's dress is mighty short.
It'll be long enough before she gets another one.
Well, how'd your potatoes turn out?
Turn out nothing. I had to dig them out.
Say, does the wind always blow this way?
No, sometimes it blows back the other way.
Well, why don't you fix your roof? It leaks, you know.
Well, it's raining too hard.
Well, why don't you fix it when it doesn't rain?
Well, it don't leak then.
Well, how far is it from here to Cades Cove?
Well, it's about 3 lengths of a fool, and if you don't believe me, let's just lay down and measure it yourself.
You're not very smart, are you?
I ain't lost.
You live here all your life?
Not yet. Say, you the Arkansas traveler?
Heck no, I'm bound for Europe.
Well, there's nothing no better on farm than sit down to rest and churn. And the way I fix it when I start my churning, I have it in the refrigerator cool. You don't never put up warm milk when you're going to make buttermilk, butter out of it. You have it cool, you put it in, and then you let it clabber and ferment. Then you churn it, which takes about 30 minutes. Then you take your butter out and wash it in clean water. Then salt it. Put it in the refrigerator if you have a refrigerator, and if you don't, put it in the spring box. Let it get good and cold, and then you print it.
Something they did find. They come upon a forest and that they left behind. The Irishman says the forest and the Scotchman he said nay. The Welshman says the national park where the people spend a day. Blackjack David come right through the woods, sang so loud and gaily, made the hills around him ring, and it charmed the heart of a lady, charmed the heart of a lady. How old are you, my pretty little miss? How old are you, my honey? She answered him with a silly smile. I'll be 16 next Sunday, be 16 next Sunday. Come go with me, my pretty little miss, come go with me, my honey. I'll take you across the deep blue sea where you never shall want for money, you never shall want for money. Pulled off her high-heeled shoes, they were made of Spanish leather. She put on those low-heeled shoes and they both rode off together. They both rode off together. Last night I lay on on a warm feather bed beside my husband and baby. Tonight I lay on the cold, cold ground by the side of Blackjack David, by the side of Blackjack David.
Saddle up the tray, you better get away. Ain't gonna get no supper here today. Fill up the jug and blow out the light. Ain't gonna get no dinner here tonight. Saddle up the tray, you better get away. Ain't gonna get no supper here today. Fill up the jug and blow out the light. Ain't gonna get no dinner here tonight. Riding up the go to the lead of the sheep. Ain't gonna be back middle of the week. Saddle up the tray, you better get away. Ain't gonna get no supper here today. Fill up the jug and blow out the light. Ain't gonna get no dinner here tonight. Riding up the go to the lead of the sheep. Ain't gonna be back middle of the week.
This is your Smokies channel.